Division presents Mathematics Enhancement Program. Has 5 areas of concern: teachers' proficiency in math content, pedagogy, and other innovative teaching strategies. Increase quality learning resources in mathematics. Improving assessment in math, or IA. Strengthen capacity of out-of-field teachers in math. And let us enjoy mathematics.
DDO-MEP Math Enhancement Program proudly presents Project It's Me, Innovative Teaching Strategies for Mathematics Educators. This is a series of seminars and trainings in different pedagogies of learning that will enhance the capacity and skills of teachers in their field of expertise. This project envisions all mathematics teachers of Davao de Oro to apply innovative teaching strategies to effectively respond to the demands of the present time and ensure the delivery of quality education to the learners. Project It's Me.
And good afternoon, Teacher Ram. Good afternoon to our teacher participants from the Division of Davao de Oro. Welcome back to our afternoon session for the virtual math training workshop on the Fortifying Teaching Pedagogies and other innovative teaching strategies in mathematics in the new normal. Good afternoon, Teacher Ram.
Yes, good afternoon, Sir Seth, and good afternoon to the Division of Davao de Oro. I guess we are now ready for our afternoon session. Have you taken your lunch, Sir Seth?
Yes, Teacher Ram. How about po ikaw, Teacher Ram?
Yes, sir. Well and good.
Well, for the information of everyone, Teacher Ram, this three-day training is simultaneously streamed through our various platforms, to our Facebook page, that is Davao de Oro Math Circle of Innovators, which is flashed on your screen, and of course to our Facebook private group, that's DDO Mathematics Hub for Active Learning. And of course, please don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel at DDO-MEP TV. Yan po yung ating mga social media platforms po.
And of course, our attendance link, Sir Seth, is tinyurl.com/day1pm-pedagogy. Again, that is tinyurl.com/day1pm-pedagogy for your attendance, teachers, because it will be cut off this 2 p.m. this afternoon.
And of course, Teacher Ram, we would like to encourage our teachers na once po na magpo-post po kayo ng pictures ninyo with your outputs, screenshots, or your mga pictures po kasama po niyo pong kasamahan niyo po sa inyong school, please use our official hashtag. That's hashtag DDO-MEP2021. Our TWG will get pictures coming from that hashtag po para hindi na po medyo hassle po sa ating TWG. Again, hashtag DDO-MEP2021. That's our official hashtag, Teacher Ram.
Yes, Sir Seth. Again, that is hashtag DDO-MEP2021. So teachers, we encourage you to use this hashtag when posting to your social media accounts on Facebook, Instagram, or any other platforms that you have. You can use this hashtag DDO-MEP2021 for us to be informed on what you are doing while being virtually present in our activity this morning or this afternoon. And Sir, yes, we will proceed now to our afternoon session this afternoon. So our first speaker this afternoon, Sir Seth, is the Senior Education Program Specialist, Bureau of Curriculum Development, no other than Ma'am Melanie Unida.
Let's give her a virtual round of applause.
Hello,
Hi,
sir.
Ma'am Melanie.
Hello po. Good afternoon po, ma'am.
Is my sound okay, Sir Seth and
Yes
Sir?
po.
Oo.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Kaya lang
Loud
parang
and clear.
yung ano yata camera is not clear yata.
Yes,
Hindi
yes
malinaw.
po, ma'am.
Paano to? Paano ko malinaw? Parang blackout dito sa venue ko. Very hyper kayo, natutuwa ako. Ang feeling ko nasa division of Davao de Oro ako.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Paano ko ba ito yung sayang naman kasi, ayan, teka lang, sandali lang
Yes, go on. Take your time, ma'am.
I will just share my screen. Anyway, you are not after what do I look, you are after with my presentation. Tama, no?
Yes,
Yes po, ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. Wait lang. Share screen. Ano ba ang share ko sa aking desktop? Ayan. Okay. Can you see me now? Can you see my presentation now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Just give me a hint or any clue if you don't see my presentation. I will now start my presentation. Pwede?
Yes.
I will now
Yes,
start.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you po.
Okay. So before I begin, thank you Division of Davao de Oro. Thank you Sir Renato. He is a friend of mine. My colleague in Sipnayan in mathematics learning area. So I'm actually a senior education program specialist from Bureau of Curriculum Development. I went to your division na ilang taon na ba yung nakakaraan? I'm not sure na. Pero I already went to your division. Okay, so I prepared this kasi I know we are all coming from DepEd. So short lang naman to.
DepEd vision, mission, and core values. The DepEd vision. We dream of
Ma'am,
Filipinos
excuse me, ma'am.
passionately love their country, and values and competencies enable them to realize their full potential and contribute meaningfully to building the nation.
Excuse me, ma'am. Wala po nakita
As a
yung slide,
learner-centered
ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am, Melanie.
the Department of Education proves itself
Hi, ma'am.
to better serve its stakeholders.
Excuse me, ma'am. Hindi po man nakikita yung slide po, ma'am, Melanie.
Protect and promote the right of every Filipino to quality, equitable, culture-based, and complete basic education, where students will learn in a child-friendly, gender-sensitive, safe, and motivating environment. Teachers facilitate learning.
Ayan, Teacher Ram.
Yes, I guess we are having a technical problem right now, Sir Seth.
With the presentation of Ma'am Melanie.
Yes.
Administrators and staff,
Hello, Ma'am Melanie.
as stewards of the institution, ensure a supportive environment for effective
Yes.
learning to happen.
Can you hear me?
Family,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Hindi po nakikita yung video niyo po, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
for the lifelong learners.
Wait lang. Now, can you see this
Ayan.
slide?
Yes, ma'am. We can see the
Yes, ma'am.
slides po,
Nakita nyo na
ma'am.
yung
Yes po,
Okay,
yung
thank
slides
you.
po, ma'am.
So I just skip the this is actually parang it is standard in our presentation that every time we will present, we have to include yung the DepEd vision and vision. So that is why I included it in this presentation. But anyway, I just skip that because kasi hindi nyo makita. Sayang, no? Nahahawa ako sa pagiging hyper ni Teacher Sep and Teacher, ano pa nga yung pangalan ng isa? Sir, sorry. Nakakatuwa
Sure,
yung
Sure,
Okay, so actually I prepared a mentimeter.com, an activity, 2 questions. The objective of these 2 questions is for me to understand your context or your struggles, particularly in the last school year, and also for you to express yourself. Kasi it is also a way for us to understand and also your input can be our basis for maybe perhaps when we do some activities or policies, particularly in mathematics education. Do you think you can do this Mentimeter? your questions in the Mentimeter. There are only 2 questions provided in that and the passcode is being shown in the screen. Magagawa kaya yun ng mga teachers?
Yes, ma'am.
O sige, sana magawa ninyo yun kasi your input is very important. The inputs of the teacher are very important. So it would be we're doing this activity in other this mentimeter.com questions. We do it online or on the spot, but for this for this session for you wag na lang kasi parang nahihirapan ako sa sa StreamYard. Although maganda ang platform nyo, natutuwa ako talaga. So, once again, good afternoon to everyone, to Teacher Seth, Teacher Ram.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
To all the teachers in Division of Davao de Oro, tama?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, the privilege is mine to be part of this event. I'm sure you are all very busy in preparation for school year 2021-2022. As we understand, of course, I understand, lalo na, especially we are in mathematics field. We will never be complacent and relaxed dahil maraming issues sa mathematics, di ba ba? Okay, so I will proceed now. So just a recall of what happened or context in school year 2020, school year 2020, we understand this, there is an existing pandemic, tama? COVID-19. Because of the existence of the virus which started last year, last school year. So what happened there are many issues and many problems brought by the existence of pandemic, but I will focus in the education sector, of course. So because of the pandemic, we have to stay at home. There was a lockdown nationwide. There is an economic recession until now. There is a very high unemployment rate. The schools are empty not only in the Philippines but also in other countries. Worldwide naman to, not only in the Philippines, but specific in the Philippines, we don't yung normal or regular opening of the class natin ng June. So from March, it was lockdown, and then we had the opening of the classes in August last school year. So that's what happened in last school year, and everyone can, of course, relate on that. So ano ang nangyari? What is the repercussion of this? We don't, kahit pa may pandemic, we cannot ignore some specific issues relative to mathematics education. The Department of the Philippines, particularly, not only Department of Education, but DepEd is only intermediary on this. The Philippines in the basic education joined in the PISA International Large Scale Assessment in 2018, and then TIMSS in 2019, and also Southeast Asian Primary Learning Metrics in 2019, we joined in this international large-scale assessment. So this is very controversial, and I hope you know the issue on this. We place really below and at the bottom. Sad-sad talaga tayo, no? So for mathematics, the average, we are on, we took this in 2018, TIMSS in 2019, CPLM in 2019, but the results came out in 2020. So lahat iyan naging controversial. It's because the results are really very low, especially for math and science. No, so we cannot forget this by pandemic, and then these are very national issues for mathematics education. So ano ngayon ang mangyayari? So what is the new normal because of the existence of the pandemic? What is it like? What does it needs? What does it entail? Because of the new normal, we are locked down. We are not our classes are not going are not being done in the classroom. The teachers also, we have our own family that we have to look after and to look into, not only our students in our community. So ano na yung new normal? Paano ba siya? Anong gagawin natin in education sector? I will set aside these other sectors, economic sector and the others, but we will focus in education, particularly in mathematics education. So in one of the parang strategic planning that I've attended with, it was headed by Director Andaya. According to the resource person, the end of schooling, this is very, very specific, no? The end of schooling, but not of learning, as we know, has finally started. So the end of schooling, not of learning, as we know, has finally started. No need to further explain this because this is really very clear. It has a very clear meaning. But are we going to quit? Are we going to stop learning? Are we going to stop are we going to stop the education? Are we going to quit? So that's the initial question actually prompted this question prompted the education leaders, higher ups. Ano ang gagawin now that we have this situation? Okay? Are we going to stop? Are we going to stop the education for our children? So, according to the resource person, in the midst of pandemic, in the midst of hardship or any difficulties, we should revel in the discomfort of the current moment and then rise up, stand out in the midst of difficulties in order to generate a new paradigm, not a new normal. So, ano pang ibig niyang sabihin? If we are going through changes, difficulties, struggles, particularly, mathematics is always on in the forefront. No, mathematics teachers are always in the frontliner in the battlefield to have quality education because of the existing issues in the quality of mathematics learning for our Filipino students. So, anong mangyayari? Mag-quit na lang ba tayo or anong gagawin natin? So, ang message lang naman dito ay we cannot stop. We still have to do something regardless of the difficult situation. So, if we are in the bottom, the only pathway is to rise up. So that is the meaning. That is the message given by the resource person. Even the Department of Education, this decision of the by secretary and the executive committee, it was actually a result of the consultative conferences and meetings with different sectors. Sabi niya, education must continue regardless, no matter what. The children cannot wait. We need to find ways for learning to continue. So that is the decision. And that decision was expressed in a very long, comprehensive DepEd Order Number 12, Series of 2020. It was entitled Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan in the presence of health emergencies. It was there, they explained, and from standards, from curriculum standards down to learning materials, including the pedagogies, ano ang gagawing mga teaching methods, ano ang gagawin ng mga teachers. So, yan yung part yan ng Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan issued by DepEd in order to address the persisting issues brought by pandemic. So, what is new normal again? What is it like? Ano ang kailangan gawin natin to address the issues in the new normal? Because of the new environment of learning, there will be a great shift that will happen. In the DepEd, in the CHED 2012, the focus of learning are actually knowledge, skills, and attitudes. Now, because of the changes brought by the existence of the COVID, the focus now of learning is shifting into resiliency, reasoning, responsibility. And these three focuses in three important competencies: creativity, critical thinking, connectedness, and this connectedness is also collaboration. Okay? So these are the great shift in the paradigm in teaching and learning. brought by the difficulties in the changes happened in education sector. So where is mathematics in this situation? Are we not in place in these changes or in this shift in paradigm? Remember, my colleagues in mathematics, this curriculum framework of math. Our twin goals are always be critical thinking and problem solving. And take note that critical thinking is a competence that is now the focus of the shift in paradigm. And critical thinking, creativity, and collaboration are always be in existing in our framework. Actually, yung the difficult situations that rise, that brought by pandemic, are, let's make this a situation na parang it's an actual laboratory. Kasi our learning now is far from school, and it is based on focusing on experience, resiliency, and then reasoning. These are very important skills in our competencies in mathematics curriculum. So anong sinasabi ng new paradigms that is emerging because of the existence of pandemic? First one, there are three main themes. First one is the location agnostic system. It means that learning can take place anywhere because of the existence of pandemic. It can take place anywhere, anytime, and in any modality with heavy in technology. And what needs to be learned? We need to learn those that very essential. There will be a less of pen and paper assessments, but it will not be totally scrapped because there are international large-scale assessment that wherein our students have to be prepared here. So these are the three themes that we are looking into in the emerging that are emerging in the shifting of paradigm. So that is the reason why my friends in Division of Davao de Oro, that is the first step done by Bureau of Curriculum Development. It's because of the existence of this pandemic. We have to learn and focus on the essential competencies and standards. That is the reason why we have to identify and identify in the curriculum standards, existing curriculum standards, the K-12, what are essential in each level. So if you notice in this slide, from 741 in the K-12 curriculum guide, it is down to 543 after identifying the most essential learning competencies. Can you still see?
Ma'am. No,
Yes.
ma'am. We cannot see the slides po, ma'am.
Anong nangyari?
Only the 25th slide. Yan po, ma'am. Wala pa po siya na slideshow. Wala pa po siya na slideshow po, ma'am.
Okay. Saglit lang Magsi-slideshow ulit ako. Ngayon
Yes,
nakikita mo na siya? Nakikita mo
Yes,
na?
ma'am. Pero hindi po siya naka-slideshow, ma'am. Yes po, ma'am.
Okay. So, i-slideshow ko. Makikita kaya?
Yes, ma'am.
Kita? Okay. So I'm still in this slide, no? Now I'm explaining to you that in the existing K-12 curriculum standards, the total number of competencies in all grade levels is 741. And then after we identified what are the essential competencies, it is down to 543. And comparing these two data, it is actually the MELCs, the what we call the essential competencies is 73% of the original. And if you notice, nakikita nyo, sir?
Hindi po siya naka-entire screen po, ma'am. According to the TWG, ma'am, i-share po siya entire screen po, ma'am. Para maano po yung slideshow po, ma'am. Only the one slide lang po yung nakikita po, ma'am.
Itong slide, ngayon hindi ako naka-slideshow, nakikita nyo siya.
Yes po, ma'am. The 15th slide, pero hindi po siya gumagalaw po, ma'am, for while ano po ma'am, for the next slide po ma'am kung in-next po siya ma'am. So siguro i-share entire screen po ma'am.
Share entire screen?
Yes po ma'am.
And ako yung gagawa niyan.
Yes ma'am.
Ako ang gagawa ng share entire screen.
Yes po ma'am.
Sorry. Share, ano ba yan? Di ba sa slideshow lang naman yun? Slide.
Stop sharing muna ma'am. Stop sharing muna sa StreamYard po natin ma'am. Tapos share entire screen po tayo next ma'am.
Ayan, nag-stop share na ako, sir.
Yes ma'am.
Okay. Ano nang gagawin ko ngayon? Share screen ulit.
Yes ma'am, share entire screen po ma'am.
In my screen, I can only see video file and share screen. So what will I do next is share screen. I will choose the share screen.
Yes po ma'am. Yes po ma'am.
Oo, thank you for the guidance. At susunod, my options here. My first option is screen sharing is easiest with 2 monitors, but I only have 1 monitor. Another is screen sharing works best on a good computer. Baka ito yung problema kasi ang computer ko hindi maganda. Hindi. Wala akong nakikitang option dito na share entire screen.
Okay. Try nyo lang po ulit yung share screen mo, Melanie.
Okay. Tapos, I will go to window.
Entire screen po. May entire screen po sa options.
Wala.
Okay. So, window na lang po, ma'am.
So, window and then share.
Yes, ma'am.
O, diba? This is one of the changes brought by technology.
Yes, ma'am. And of course, of course, our teacher participants can understand since we are having our live streaming, and of course, it's a normal, and of course, need po natin to consider yung technicalities po, especially to our internet, to our technologies. Yan po, ma'am. So we are grateful sa ibinigay na presentation niyo po, ma'am. So our TWG is fixing the presentation of Ma'am Melanie for the great presentation po. Right, Teacher Ram?
Yes po, Ma'am Melanie. Laban lang po tayo, Ma'am Melanie. Everything will be okay. Yes,
pero
ma'am. Everything will be okay po.
Sir, hindi na ako makapag-share ngayon. Naririnig niyo ako?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
We can
ma'am.
hear you po, ma'am. We can hear you po, ma'am. Only i-share na lang po niyo po yung screen niyo po, ma'am. And our the TWG will notify us po, ma'am, if nakikita na po yung entire screen niyo po, ma'am, at saka yung presentation niyo po, ma'am, naka-slideshow na po.
Hindi ko na siya ma-share ngayon, sir. Kahit sa window ako pumunta. Anong nangyari? Kanina nakakapag-share ako.
If it is okay to you, ma'am, okay lang po ba?
Sir, wait lang. Eto na,
Yes,
share na.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry. Ano, nakikita nyo na? May nakikita na ba kayo?
Yes po, ma'am. Yan. Yes,
ma'am.
Yan yung nakikita niyo.
Yes po, ma'am.
Tapos, pupunta ako dito. Nakikita nyo ngayon itong aking PowerPoint.
Presentation, yes po,
Sorry to
ma'am.
all the
Yes po, ma'am.
teachers. Nakikita nyo ngayon yung
Yes,
PowerPoint presentation ko, nakikita nyo.
Yes, ma'am. Tapos F5 na lang po, ma'am.
Tapos,
After F5 po tayo, ma'am. Ayan po, yan. Yan po, ma'am.
Yes, ayan.
Yes po, ma'am.
Thank
Okay
you
na po, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Ayan.
Thank you for
Continue po,
Ayan,
ma'am.
okay, thank you for the guidance, sir. Okay,
worries,
so
ma'am.
as I was explaining, these are the numbers of the most essential learning competencies that we identified because of the existence of the pandemic. So if you notice from the original K12 Curriculum Standards, it is down to 73% of the original. And the big leap happened in grade 1 and grade 2. Okay? So why I am explaining this to you, it's because sabi dun sa previous shift in paradigm in education, what do we need to be learned? What do we need to be learned now that we have this pandemic. Ito yung sinasabi ng mga experts in the academe, what we need to learn are the essential only. And DepEd is not wrong in identifying what is the most essential learning competencies in the curriculum standards. In fact, yan yung unang-unang ginawa ng Bureau of Curriculum Development during the time that wala pang order ang higher ups. Ginawa na agad namin na let's just identify yung mga essential, and then hindi naman siya babaguhin from the existing. We are not deviating from the existing K-12. Kasi K-12 we cannot change drastically immediately. It's because it is a law, part of the law. Okay? So kinompress lang yung iba, kinompress na na-revise, na-rephrase, kinombine. These are the things that we did, the processes that we did in identifying what are the essentials in our curriculum standards. So my involvement is in mathematics, of course. Okay, so another thing that is part of the shift in the paradigm in teaching in education sector is the focus of the learning delivery. Where is the focus? The focus is in learning by experience more than instructional design. And then, where is mathematics in this shift, in this shift of paradigm? This is according to this literature. How do mathematics will be appreciated? Mathematics will be appreciated. This was this concept was presented by one of the doctors in our ongoing activity about mathematical investigation and modeling. According to her, mathematics teachers are actually not so parang active in other form of expressing appreciation. We appreciate concepts when we use the concept. Kaya siguro hindi except siguro si Sir Sep at saka si Sir very jolly. I'm not sure if you are math teacher, pero most of the math teachers are very serious talaga. And then when we appreciate the concept, if we were able to abstract or to understand yung mga symbols and yung mga abstract concept of mathematics. And then, paano yung appreciation namin? Hindi namin yan dinadaan sa sayaw at saka sa kanta. Bihira yung ganon. We appreciate the concept, and that is also part of the framework of mathematics. Especially for our students, for our teachers, if we can use the concept in our everyday experiences in real life. So yan yung talagang target, the objective of the curriculum standards para ma-apply whatever we learned in mathematics classroom in our existing situation around us. Yan talaga. And that is also true according to many mathematicians. Okay, so because of these changes in the landscape in education sector, dahil malayo tayo, so the focus is experience, what will make learners enjoy despite the distance? We have a very limited parang access on the content. So sometimes we access the content through not sometimes, most of the time, through modules. What will make learners more inquisitive and engaged? And what is the focus of the outcome? What will make learners ready for the world at large? So these are the three considerations when we, in general, but of course our focus will be in mathematics to make flexible learning, to make it work for our students. And then, because of this, alam na natin yung term na flexible learning options. But having this situation right now, we have to provide options to learners in terms of pace, in terms of place, in terms of process, in terms of product. We have to give them all these options. In terms of pace, what does it mean? How shall I proceed with the completion of my studies? We have to expose we have to be considerate with our students. How shall I proceed with the completion of my studies? It is, we are math teachers. We are we have the standard and we have to keep up with the standard. But still, we are do not forget in the that we are also educator. So these four are very important considerations. In terms of place, how can I make my home conducive to my studies? These are all considerations in doing flexible learning options. In terms of process, how will I continue with my studies given these conditions at home? And then in terms of product or output, how can I show and submit what I have learned? These are the things that we have to explain to our learners. And being teacher, especially in mathematics, alam naman natin, we always math is always identified as a difficult one, but it's just in the mind or imagination perhaps. But these are four considerations that we have to give and really considerate with our learners. Mahirap ngayon kasi we are all adjusting in the changes brought by pandemic. But these are considerations in doing learning by flexible learning delivery. Okay, so in flexible learning delivery, there are three design. It's distance learning, field-based learning, and e-learning. Actually, in the Mentimeter activity, these are the questions that I ask from the teachers. What are the methodology that they use in doing or in delivery in doing in the conduct of their mathematics lesson. So these are the three learning design in the flexible learning options: distance, field-based, and e-learning. It's heavy in technology. As I experience it now, dahil mga bago, we have many options, we have different platforms. Mahirap, pagbago syempre, kailangan mag-adjust, nangangapa. But let's not be afraid to commit mistake. Kasi to fail and to commit mistake, matututo tayo dyan. Even those, it's not only coming from me, even those who are expert in mathematics in the field, they are saying that pag nagkamali ka, you just correct your mistake, at pag nag-failed ka, just try it again. Walang masama doon. Ganun lang naman. And then distance learning, of course, there is we are not allowed to conduct face to face. Kailangan natin na as a teacher, as educator, merong shift in the task responsibilities of teachers, school heads, and school administrators if there is a need to train the parents, because now parents at home play an important role in our teaching and learning activities. Now, because of these changes in the education paradigm in education, before the teaching methodologies are pedagogy and andragogy. But because of the changes brought by pandemic last year, there is now eutagogy, pedagogy, and cybergogy. According to our speaker, eutagogy is encourage learners to become more self-directed. These pedagogies are brought by the existence of the pandemic. Pedagogy means focuses on co-learning or co-creating. And then cybergogy, of course, we are highly dependent on technology. It encourages learner engagement in an online environment. It is not only in National Capital Region, not only in Division of Davao de Oro, it is actually nationwide. Now we are now so dependent in distance learning, field learning, and online learning. And because of these changes in the delivery of the standards, there are now new gojis, eutagogies, pedagogy, and cybergogy. Okay, So these were brought by the existence of the new situation. So in blended flexible learning, we are not only, we are, as teacher, we are allowed to use the brick and mortar or the traditional, and then the online learning that is blended, and flipped classroom model, which is very dependent and heavy in yung sa technology nga. So these are the model that we can use as explained by the expert in the academe. But with the presence of these difficult situations in education sector, these difficult situations actually will also give many opportunities. Like what? Flexible is now the trend. Small learning, small is now the big, and being far is now better, and learner is greater. The schooling, narrative of the schooling is focusing on wellness. This is just one of the opportunity. And then another opportunity that brought by the existence of pandemic is the nano, micro, mini credentialing pathways. Because there is a shift also in the credentials and qualifications of stakeholders in education. We also focus on output-driven, outcome-focused, competencies. Competencies can be achieved by hour, not by subject, not by 4 years in degree. If you are aware of the many online courses, Udemy, Coursera, these are heavy in mathematics. There are many courses heavy in mathematics, and the competencies here can be achieved by the hour, not by the whole subject, not by 4 years or 1 year even. Okay, so that is the meaning of this. And then there is a reconfiguration also of teaching. The importance of, that's what I'm telling a while ago, parents' role, parenting and supervising roles, co-facilitation between teacher and parents versus co-animation. There is a shared leadership and responsibility. As I've said a while ago, if there is a need to train the parents, it is legitimate for the parents yung concerns nila na hindi naman kami ang expert sa pagtuturo. Bakit kami? Bakit kami ito? It is legitimate, yes, but it is also part of the law that in the absence of the teacher, the biological parent are actually the one responsible in teaching. So, kung halimbawa, during online learning, nakikita nyo na ang parents ay involved in the activities, you just have to discreetly inform the parents na wag lang ibibigay yung sagot. But their concern and their questions about yung sinasabi nila during initial implementation of this online learning, that is legitimate actually, because they have many things also in their mind. They are also new in the situation. Hindi pa rin sila nag-a-adjust. Ano lang yan, we just have to adjust. The teachers are adjusting. The parents are also adjusting. In time sana, everything will be put into clear perspective. And of course, kahit may mahirap na sitwasyon yan, eventually, we want to make these difficult situations rise up and then find opportunities to stand out and to make it parang magkaroon ng positive output. And then moving towards, because of the flexible learning design, okay, different design of the flexible learning options, teachers now are hyper flexibility. Actually, they are hyper flexibility. Merong residential learning, it's a combination, merong face-to-face provision and then remote provisions. Sa blended open distance learning, we are actually, yan yung mga recommended actually and part of the basic education learning continuity plan issued by DepEd. Nandoon naman lahat yan. And it was the same recommendation of the expert from the academe. Okay, pero na-consider din naman yan ni DepEd in the basic education learning continuity plan. Yung blended learning na yan, combination ng face-to-face ano pa ba yan, television, face-to-face, and of course, hindi mawawala yung self-learning modules. The teachers now are hyper flexibility. Hindi lang sila ang nagge-generate ng content of the subject matter. Hindi naman siya itinuro during college program, pero if you will look in the social media right now, ang mga teachers ngayon are very creative. Makikita mo ngayon ang dami sa YouTube na mga presentation on how to teach blended learning. Mathematics also, not only in other learning areas, also there are also in mathematics. So, but we have to be. I included this slide. Of course, it is also good na maintindihan ng teachers ito because of the changes nga in the paradigm. It's possible that pwede itong mangyari in the future that there are few teachers with new roles because the teachers as a facilitator of learning will become learning area experience designer. Pwede rin ang part of the task ng teacher ay learning area assessment designer, learning area content generator. Yan yung what we see in the social media, learning area content curator. Why? Because the school will need to downsize. The school will need to train parents for home-based learning and create easy-to-follow resources. Kaya nga we are since last year creating self-learning modules. Okay, so ano ang kailangan natin now that we are in the new normal? As teachers, particularly mathematics teachers, we need to upskill. Upskilling means rewiring. And upskilling is different from reskilling. Sa upskilling, we upgrade skills and competencies so that we can adapt to the changes or the demands and opportunities brought by the changes. Pwede ang gawin natin as mathematics teacher, we can enroll in a 3-hour online training on massive open and online courses in order to adapt to the new normal. Another recommendation is reskilling. It is different from upskilling. Ang reskilling is reconfiguration. In reskilling, we will acquire skills and competencies, new skills and competencies that is appropriate in the current situation, advanced, or new areas of specialization within the discipline. If you are a mathematics teacher, there are many mathematics teachers right now who are also interested in data science. Data science is actually a combination not only of mathematics, not only of statistics. It also requires a certain skills of programming. It is also it is one way for reskilling kasi we will acquire new skills and competencies if we can be competent if we enroll in a data science program. If you are interested, no? And that is one example of reconfiguration, 3-hour online training on facilitating online lab courses. And the highest in the three is cross-skilling. It is learning skills and competencies to carry out roles outside their existing discipline or expertise. These are the 3 skills recommended for us, mathematics teacher, to cope with the demands and changes brought by the new normal. Sa cross-skilling, it is reimagine. So the example is provided in the presentation. It is a 3-hour online training on online counseling services. It's different from your existing. Kung hindi siya malapit sa course sa specialization mo. It is part or related in other discipline. So kung halimbawa we are math teachers, no, suddenly you want to become nasa counseling service, pwede. That is cross-skilling. You are crossing the borders of the learning areas. So from mathematics, at gusto mong maging ma-involve and be active, syempre, pwede. You have the option, but do not forget your main learning area, which is math. Okay. So, because of this pandemic nga and the shift in the paradigm, so the recommended flexible learning options, we can utilize any or combination of these: computer managed learning, computer assisted instruction. We can do synchronous or asynchronous activities, online learning, fixed electronic learning, adaptive, magkakaiba yan, linear e-learning, interactive, or pwedeng combination of one or more than, individual online learning, and of course, collaborative. Where is mathematics in the new normal? The existence of artificial intelligence, the existence of, alam nyo ba yung driverless car, and the existence of robotics, these are heavy in mathematics. The new normal at present, the existence of these are actually, when I'm listening to this presentation, iniisip ko, where is math in this? Tapos yung artificial intelligence, the robotics, the smart meter of electric company, wherein they can read the electric meter, reading of electric consumption, kahit hindi sila pumunta dito sa bahay. That is baka i-introduce nila. These activities are actually, they follow a certain algorithms, and algorithms are actually basic in mathematics. So mathematics is always part of the what is happening around us, and mathematics is always part of the core subjects. Laging nandyan. It's laging relevant. Lagi siyang relevant. We just have to, as mathematics teacher, yun nga, we have to maximize, lagi tayong babalik dun sa framework ng math. We want our learning to learn by experience. And kahit pa medyo maging mabagal, in fact, din sa MELC, sa most essential learning competencies, pwede naman nating i-combine ang one or more than learning competencies in one lesson. Not necessarily one day, one MELC. Hindi ganon. Especially if the standards are related. One standard is a prerequisite of another. We can hook one or more than learning competencies. Walang problema doon. Ano ang importante for us to develop more mathematics enthusiasts in basic education? Do not forget to apply ang springboard of the lesson is problem-based, situation, not necessarily problem, open-ended situation, wherein the students will be forced to think. Yun yung ating laging sinasabi when we are talking to teachers. Kailangan mag-isip ang estudyante. It's an open-ended situation, and allow them to explore. Allow them to explore and express kung ano yung naiisip nila about the situation. If they are wrong, walang problema kasi ang teacher, kahit naman teacher, pwedeng magkamali. Okay? We also need to learn from our students. Yun din ang sinasabi ng mga doctors in mathematics. Kung magkamali ka, walang problema. Okay, so in the alternative learning option, it is now common the desire to be closer to home. Home-based learning is fun, safe, and more affordable, creating the home as a creative learning hub. Kasi iniisip nyo ba, after pandemic, are we going to return to the pre-pandemic situation? Are you thinking, ano ba mangyayari kung halimbawa ma-vaccinate na lahat? Babalik pa ba tayo doon sa pre-pandemic situation? So yun yung mga question that we can think of, no? So ito naman ay specific for mathematics education. to make online learning more engaging and realistic for our students, there are platforms wherein there are developed virtual situation, as in 3D. Naka 3D siya, virtual math learning. This is just an example, some example lang, two examples. There are a lot more na you can search this in the internet. Maraming mga virtual math learning platform wherein ang pagtuturo ng math is like, if there is a need, hindi na nila kailangan pumunta sa actual environment kasi ginamit siya doon sa presentation. Na-copy paste, kinuha ko lang ang picture nito, pero maganda yan kung mapapanood talaga yung actual, wherein the discussion is about surface figures, measurement of diameter, surface area. At makikita talaga nila yung three dimensions of the surface figure. Okay, so what are some of the free math classroom that are actually we can use? Kung halimbawa you are a mathematics teacher, ano yung pwede mong gawin in your online classes? Paano mo ikakandak yung online classes mo? The very common is Google Classroom. These are free. Schoology is also available. Canvas, free, Moodle, Wimba Classroom. This online classroom can be used because this platform, these are online, of course, and learners can collaborate with integrated Blackboard. It also allows to engage in meaningful interactions with our students. It is built in with two-way audio and video. We can chat to the whole group or to a specific student. Student and teachers can share PowerPoint presentations. We can put in this platform polls, quizzes, or surveys. Survey. We can share desktop to show or to demonstrate some running program that you want to present coming from your laptop or desktop, and there's a built-in whiteboard. So these are some of the platform which are free. Meron din kasing hindi free, but I don't recommend yung MATLAB. MATLAB is good, pero hindi siya free. Okay? So in the new normal, my dear colleagues in mathematics, we have to think of how to transfer the knowledge by experience. And we have to be open. In nurturing the growth mindset because of many opportunities brought by the changes. Kahit pa mahirap, we have to look into kung paano yung mahirap na situation, we will rise up and produce something good, or magi-stand out yung innovation nyo. That is something that we have to think. Kung may mahirap na situation, paano ako makakapag-innovate? Ano ang gagawin ko to produce something that is not yet known by many? That is innovation. So linking design and delivery, we are optimizing. Actually, very heavy tayo sa technologies. And also, syempre pag math ka, we always have to keep track of data. So, my dear teachers, I think this is the end of my presentation. Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Ma'am Melanie. Yan. Hello, Ma'am Melanie, our SEPs in Bureau of Curriculum Development from the DepEd Central Office. Teacher Ram?
Yes, ayan. Thank you so much, Ma'am Melanie. Thank you so much for your time and effort and for that very proficient discussion. And for that, ma'am, we would like to give highlight on your skills, effort, and time for being one of the hosts in this afternoon session by giving you a certificate of appreciation. Right, Sir Seth?
Yes, and before giving and before reading the citation, we would like to call on screen the Education Program Supervisor in Mathematics from the Division of Davao de Oro. We have Dr. Renato Pakpakin. Doc?
Sir
Hello,
Renato,
good.
hello! Ikaw pala si
I'm
Teacher Pax. Oh my God!
yes, I
Ikaw
really
pala yung
miss our
sumasagot sa akin.
bonding. Yes,
Okay,
Ma'am
this is the...
Melanie.
Salamat, Sir Renato, ha. Nice to see you again. Namimiss na kaya kita.
Yes, ma'am.
Bumaba ka na pala sa division.
Yes,
Oo.
ma'am. Transfer na ako ng Davao de Oro due to travel restrictions.
Oo. Sa Facebook na lang, tsaka sa chat tayo nagkikita. Anytime, sir, the
Yes,
honor is mine. Nakakahawa yung
ma'am.
pagiging hyper ni Teacher Sep at tsaka si Teacher Ram. Kala ko, hindi ko nakilala si Teacher Pax pala, si Teacher Renato pala yun. Okay. Feeling ko nasa Davao de Oro ako.
Yes, ma'am. Kung wala na ang pandemic, possibly you can visit Davao de Oro so that we can accommodate you and we can entertain.
Napunta na ako dyan, sir. Natatandaan mo yung magkakasama tayo. Napunta na ako dyan.
Yes, ma'am. When we went to school, no, and high school for senior high school man siguro 'yan na survey ng senior high school.
Hindi, yung si Special Science.
Yes, sa special science pala 'yon. Yes.
Sa Regional Science ng Davao, naghiwalay tayo dalawang group. Reminiscing the past kami, Teacher Sep at saka Teacher Ram. Kasi namimiss na namin, hindi na kami nagkikita eh. So anytime, Sir Renato, anytime.
Yes.
Consider this as technical assistance. Congratulations in advance to Division of Davao de Oro for the conduct of this virtual mass training workshop for our mathematics teachers. This is commendable. Please, as early as now, congratulate na kita, sir, for leading this session, for this activity. Alam mo yon, mahirap daw ang math. Pero hindi naman mahirap ang math, di ba, Teacher Sep at saka Teacher Ram?
Yes, Ma'am Melanie.
Teacher po ba kayo?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes po, ma'am. Yes po.
We are math teachers.
Yan. Huwag niyong iiwan ng math kasi alam niyo naman, kailangan itaas natin ang ating, ano ba yung rank ba yun? Sa TIMSS at saka sa PISA. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. So, Teacher Ram?
Yes po.
So-
And now, let me read to you the citation. Republic of the Philippines, Department of Education, Region 11, Schools Division of Davao de Oro, Cabidjanan, Nabunturan, Davao de Oro. Certificate of Appreciation is given to for sharing her valuable knowledge as a resource speaker during the conduct of the virtual mass training workshop on fortifying teaching pedagogies and other innovative teaching strategies in mathematics in the new normal, conducted from August 18 to August 20, 2021, given this 18th day of August 2021 in the division of Davao de Oro. Schools Division Superintendent, Ma'am Euphemia T. Gamutin, Career Executive Service Officer 5. This certificate of appreciation is given to Ma'am Melanie C. Unida.
Salamat to everyone in Division of Davao de Oro. Thank you, Teacher Sep, Teacher Ram, Teacher
You're welcome,
Renato.
ma'am.
Thank you po. Thank you po.
Sir, with your permission, pwede bang i-share ko itong certificate na to in my Facebook, in my day ko
Yes,
to?
yes,
Okay
ma'am.
lang?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We will actually send the signed copy of the certificate today, ma'am. Okay.
Isi-share
And
ko
by
lang
the way-
siya para nakaka-proud kasi na napunta ako ng Davao de Oro today.
And yes, ma'am, the Division of Davao de Oro want to express our gratitude for the very significant, timely, substantial, and most inspiring sharing to us direct from the perspective of the central office. So we learned a lot that will guide us in our future direction as we continue implementing our mathematics enhancement program of the division. Also, I believe the presentation will make our teachers guided and ready for the upcoming opening of classes, especially in the implementation of the different flexible learning options. Again, Ma'am Melanie, thank you very much. We will be
Sige,
sending the
sir.
certificates in a while.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you again. Thank you.
Thank
Ingat
you
po
po,
tayong
ma'am. Thank
lahat,
you.
mga math teachers.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you po,
Go
ma'am.
lang.
Thank you po,
Opo.
ma'am.
Yes po, ma'am.
Thank you po.
And thank you so much coming from the support from the DepEd Central Office. We have Ma'am Melanie. Thank you so much, Ma'am Melanie. Now, Teacher Ram.
Yes, Sir Seth. Our next activity this afternoon is we will proceed to our next speaker for this afternoon session. it is a very interesting topic, Sir Seth, because it is about an educational technology that connects students and teachers through communication features and many more things about this topic, sir. And what I'm talking about, it is about Class Dojo. So that is our next topic for this afternoon, Sir Seth. It is Class Dojo.
And to give us highlight kung ano ba ang ating malalaman for this class dojo, let me introduce to you our speaker for this session. Our speaker is a valedictorian both in elementary and secondary and a magna cum laude in the program Bachelor of Secondary Education, major in mathematics. She graduated her master's degree with the program Mathematics and her doctorate degree with the program EDD, major in Educational Management. She is also a Microsoft Education Ambassador, a Class Dojo mentor, and MIE trainer. You know what, Teacher Ram? She was also featured on dailypedia.net for the use of Zip Grade last 2018. And of course, she is also a national champion of Back to School Challenge in Kuiper 2016. And to add her impressive background, she was an archery official in SEA Games 2019 and Asia Cup 2019. Teacher Ram, who is the speaker that I am referring to?
This is no other than, let us welcome on screen, Teacher 2 of Attorney Orlando S. Rimando National High School, no other than Ma'am Sheila May L. Dandan. Yeah, let us welcome Ma'am Sheila on screen.
Thank you so much to that very kind introduction. Before I'll start with my topic for today, let me greet all the teachers who willingly share their time with us today. An amazing day. Thank you so much for sharing your time with us. And my respect also to our division personnels, especially to our school's division superintendent, Ma'am Euphemia T. Gamutin, our ASTS Sir Romel Handayan, our OIC CID Chief, Dr. Arlene Lim, and to all the education program supervisors, especially our EPS in Mathematics, Dr. Renato Pakpakin. So let me share my slide first. Okay, there we go. So my task today is to introduce to you one learning management system that we as teachers can use in the opening of classes. Because opening of classes is a month from now. So when we speak of learning management systems or LMS, its main objective is to be able to host and track online learning. So with the use of LMS, we can provide learners an access to learning resources and making it accessible for remote learners. I know as teachers, we are all familiar with how it works because this is not the first time that there will be a webinar for learning management system. Now, I don't know if you can relate to me that when the pandemic came and face-to-face classes were not allowed, there was a time that I kept on searching on the internet and collaborate with my co-teachers, finding ways how can I still deliver instruction or learning to students without seeing them face-to-face. So if you can relate to that, or if you have done that, maybe you can relate to this LMS and applications. So you have Moodle, Schoology, Blackboard LMS, Microsoft Teams, Edmodo, Google Classroom, Creeper School, and there are a lot more of applications that are available. So are you familiar with this? If you're familiar, please comment down in the comment boxes, yes, and you're using that or you have browsed some of those in the past. And also, I know you have tried other virtual applications like Google Meet or Zoom and the like. Maybe if not for classes, but for meetings. Though in our division, it is a fact that not all areas have strong internet connection. But as teachers, we always have to embrace what BDO says. That, alam niyo yan, we find ways. So this morning, I'll introduce to you an application that we can also use as a learning management system, which is called Class Dojo. So this is your school's communication, engagement, and social emotional learning all in one place. So before I'll discuss what is Class Dojo, let me present to you our agenda for this morning. So this morning, we'll have some expectations using Class Dojo for families, for students, and of course, for yourself, and for me also as a teacher. Also, we will discuss community. How can we collaborate as teachers? And most importantly, how to use Class Dojo in building a positive community. So Class Dojo can help teachers and families work together to support learning of students. In that way, we can be transparent to the parents. And Class Dojo also allows parents to be able to see the feedback that you can give to students. So isn't it nice that our parents can have access to how learning has been done in the classroom of our students? So that's one feature that Class Dojo has. Also, for students, it allows students to learn together, work collaboratively, and build a community because of the online meetings and the feedbacking also. Then, we set expectations also for ourselves. So we as teachers, as early as now, we are hoping that after this webinar, you can map out your year and use some of it, if not all, the applications that we will be presenting for the next 3 days. But always remember, be kind to yourself. Do not stress yourself out because of all the things that we must do and we needed to comply. But just be kind to yourself because you are learning and is doing your best day by day. Okay? Ayos ba yun? Now, so how will you do that? Let yourself be involved or get involved because collaboration is the key. So this is what I'm talking about, community. Because for Class Dojo, we have several Facebook communities. We have the teacher community, the mentor community, and for all the school leaders, teacher in charge, school in charge, principals, or PSDSs who are watching out there, there is also a school leader community. So if there are questions after our webinar that you need to be answered, there are available communities in Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for Class Dojo. So there are a lot of teachers out there who can answer your queries. Okay, so Class Dojo, as an introduction, connects teachers with students to build amazing classroom communities. So that's the number one objective of creating Class Dojo, to make classroom a community between the teacher, the students, and the parents as well, to be able to create a positive culture wherein teachers can encourage students by giving them points. So how will we do that? Later on. Okay? And give students also a voice where they can showcase their learnings by adding photos and videos of their own with the portfolio that is in the Class Dojo itself. So there's no need of those portfolios that they are submitting face-to-face, yung makakapal na ganyan with all the creativity of the students na yung mga dinidikit-dikit nila. Now they can make their portfolios online. Okay? Also, because this is a community, Class Dojo is a community, we can also share moments with parents. Okay? So, let's get you connected. Are you ready? So, for those who are out there who has their Class Dojo account, they does not need to undergo this one. But if you do not have an account for Class Dojo, all you have to do is to go to classdojo.com. Again, it is classdojo.com. You can sign up in the web or you can download the app in the Play Store. So, available po siya. Pwedeng cellphone, pwede din po sa laptop, sa PC, kung ano mang gamit niyo dyan. You can have the tablet also. Okay? So, you can sign up. There are choices for Class Dojo. You can sign up as a teacher, as a parent, as a student, and as a school leader. So, of course, we'll focus now being a teacher. Okay? So, let's start creating your account as a teacher. So, nakapunta na ba lahat sa classdojo.com? And if you're done logging in with classdojo.com, you're asked to create your account as a teacher. So, you just have to fill out this one, your first name, your last name, the email that you have, and you have to set your password for Class Dojo. Okay? Now, after you have logged in or signed up, you are now greeted with Class Dojo that you are in. Now, please do not be stressed out if I am going so fast, because later on, we'll have it as demo. And also, this session or this webinar is recorded in, I guess, the 3 platforms, our Facebook page, Facebook group, and YouTube. So anytime that you wanted to go back, baka later on, kasi yung iba, especially those who are using their cell phones now, they cannot log in with Class Dojo kasi mawawala sila sa webinar. So if they wanted to do that later on after the webinar, pwede nyo pong balikan yung videos nyo mamaya. So, wag ma-stress out na wala na nakaapas, kaya paspas kayo si ma'am. Pwede nyo itong balikan. And this is the beauty of the online platform because you can rewind everything. Okay? So again, I'm hoping sa kakasalita ko kanina, nakapasok na sa classdojo.com yung mga teachers natin dyan. So after signing up, giving your details, your name, your email, and your password, you are now greeted as you are in with Class Dojo. So the next thing that you will do is you find your school. So nakikita niyo meron ng mga schools dyan na available at kung ilang Class Dojo teachers ang nandyan. So you can just type in your school, and if you cannot find your school, do not worry, you can add your school. So may option yan na lalabas na we cannot find your school. How about adding your school? So that means to say you are the first one in your school having your Class Dojo account. Ayan. So with my case, so I'm the first one who have a Class Dojo account in Attorney Orlando S. Romando National High School. Okay. So eto, if your school is not listed, you can add it. But if your school is already listed, you can click join this school directly. Okay? So, after signing it up and adding your school, you verify your account. So, it is important that you verify your account so that you can start with having your class. So, how to verify your account? There will be several questions that will pop up after you sign up. So, and also, you answer those questions and then hop over to your email inbox, yung email na nilagay nyo kanina in signing up, and look for the verification email. Mailahan man na siya dayon. Yung unang message na lalabas dyan, your verification email from Class Dojo, may instructions doon sa email. You can just click it, and then your Class Dojo account is already verified. So now, after the verification process, you can directly log in. So balik ka po sa classdojo.com. Again, you go back to classdojo.com, and since yung sign up mo kanina is sign up as a teacher, so you have to log in as a teacher. When you click this teacher, lalabas ito, log in to Class Dojo. So just type in your email address and the password. Again, tatandaan kung ano yung email address at ano yung password na nilagay mo. So if you have the tendency to forget passwords, please write it down. Although, hindi sana advisable writing passwords because anybody who can see your notebook or your cell phone can log into your account. But with the tendency to forget passwords, so isulat nyo na lang po. Kasi there are quite a lot of times, and I'm also guilty of that. So kaya masyadong gamit ito si forgot password. Kasi talaga nakakalimutan kung ano yung nilagay na password. Kasi para information na lang din at advice, hindi po advisable na pare-pareho ang password nyo sa bawat accounts. Because pag nahack yung isa, mahahack na po yan lahat. So it is advisable to have different passwords for all the accounts that you have. Ayan. Siguro so with that time that I am having the chika, you have logged in already to your Class Dojo account. Again. So ayan, kapag hindi po na follow, nasundan ang ating instructions, again, pwede nyo pong i-rewind yung mga videos ninyo later on. Okay? So after logging in, this will come out. So let's set up your class directly because again, the main purpose of using Class Dojo is for us to be able to create a community with our students. So let's first set up our class. So how to set up our class? So let's add your new class. Pag first time ka sa Class Dojo, lalabas ito. You have the demo class. So you can explore the demo class to start. Pwede nyo yan explore. May students ka na kung ano yung gagawin mo dyan sa demo class. So you can follow with me for the demo class. Kasi meron na yung mga students dyan. May laman na si demo class. But if you want to create your new class, you click this one. So select this to add your first class. Okay, so let's have that. Then afterwards, how will we add our students or how will we create muna our first class? So let me show you this video. Okay, so clicking that new class, you just put the class name. Just put the class name. Ayan, si Math Demo class muna ang aking class name ngayon. And then you select what grade level. Nandyan lahat from kinder up to 12th grade at pwede din others. Because some may find Class Dojo na, ay, mas okay yan para sa mga elementary kasi mas maraming avatars. Because Class Dojo made use of a lot of avatars or monsters. So baka hindi masyadong appealing sa high school daw or sa senior high kasi medyo masyadong pambata. Pero tayo nga ng mga teachers na we feel young. So let our students feel young also. So they have to enjoy life. Ayan. So select the grade and select how you share points. So again, that's how you add your class. You click new class. Put your class name, select the grade, and ayan, select the grade, and then you sharing points. Yes, yung sharing points. Okay, you have the option to share points with parents. Parents later on, di ba? Kasi sabi natin sa introduction, we create a community. So, you have the option to share only positive. You have the option to share all points. And you have also to share the option to do not share the points with parents. But the default would be share only positive points with parents. And I also suggest that kasi pag sinabi natin don't share, we are not creating a community anymore. But if we share naman also all points with parents, there are times that you subtract points. Pero pag-uusapan natin yan si plus and negative points. Okay? Later on. So, gamitin na lang natin share only positive points with parents. Okay, so that's how you add your new class.